Good morning. In the recognition that all that we want is in us, that we are one with substance, that all we ask for is here, I'm doing a meditation this morning with you to focus on just the here and now, on our bodies and where we are. So just relax and enjoy this, knowing that we are one with Spirit, and we will experience that, I hope, in this meditation this morning. Thank you for being here. So let's start with a deep breath. In and out. And we'll do that twice more. And once again, in and out. Feel yourself in your chair. Feel the support that you have. Now I invite you to turn your attention to your feet. You can move your toes if you can. And just feel your feet. They're all the way at the end of those legs, and they are a part of your body. And take a breath. Move up to your ankles. Put your attention on your ankles. Breathe. And we're moving up to our legs. Just be aware of your legs, of the feeling in them, of how they're connected, how they're a part of your body. Let's move on to our hips, our pelvis, our organs, every organ in our body. Just give a little attention to the fact that these organs are there for our good. Move up to our chest and breathe. Our back. Become aware of your arms. Relax them. Relax your hands. And now your neck, the front of your neck, the back of your neck, your throat. Just be aware of that. And moving up to your head. The top of your head. Your face. And where your third eye is on your forehead, be aware of that space. And take a deep breath. And I invite you now, just in the silence, to breathe, to know that you are here, and just to be here and pay attention to your breath. You might get a message from Spirit. You might just be loving this silence and being in this silence. And know that when other thoughts come in, just let them go. And appreciate your oneness with Spirit. And as we breathe and as we are aware of our breath, we are also aware in consciousness that whatever we're here for, whatever it is that we ask for, is here, is in us, is a part of us. If it's love, health, grace, joy, abundance, power, anything that we deeply seek is here for us, is in us, is expressed as us. As we breathe, we know that. Begin to bring your attention back to this room. You can move your toes, your fingers. Take a deep breath. May your day be filled with peace. And so it is. The service will begin in 10 minutes. Thank you for being here.
Grab onto it, although it does move.
Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. I think you can do a little better than that. Good morning. Okay. All right, thank you so. My name is Robin Rice Olmsted, and I am a practitioner here. My pronouns are she and her. And so whether you're here or joining us online, we're just so grateful that you're here. Especially if you're joining us online, because we know that with just the click of a button, we can go away. So thank you. Thank you for staying here. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank Marilyn O'Leary for leading us in beautiful meditation. Just coming back to that centered place. And I just want to say that here at Rio Grande Center, we are transforming the world through love in action together. So, our musical inspiration today are Susan Clark and Kent, and that is always a treat. And there are so many people in service that it's just overwhelming to mention. But if you look around the room, there's our tech team, and there's our practitioners. They're kind of hidden. You can kind of know us by our stoles. And there's kitchen angels, and all kinds of people hanging in there. So just, if you see them, give them a little love, a little gratitude. And our message today will be delivered by none other than the announcer extraordinaire, Mr. Brian Kurtz. So it's so weird to have my back like this. So before we get started, I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you get the newsletter? Great. And now, how many of you read the newsletter? Okay. All right, it's the tricky question, right? So, as we know, if you don't get the newsletter, if you haven't gotten the newsletter, it is so easy. You just need to go on the website. A little drop down will drop down. If it doesn't, you just click and sign up, and you will be able to keep abreast of what's going on. So good to have your partner here, knowing that they're following in the oneness. So RGSCSL, as you know, is a thriving community, and it's chock full of great experiences for you to check out and to be a part of. And your newsletter is like that roadmap. That's what's going to lead you to all these fulfilling adventures. So think of it as your personal GPS. It's the gateway to possibility and spirit. Okay? So it's really a portal to like new adventures and possibilities and the prosperity and all the infinite opportunities that there are to play with us and to go deeper into your spiritual practices and just have the joy and the fun and the vitality of a community that, animates this journey and connects us all together. So that is my challenge to you. So today I'm going to be your gatekeeper. I'm giving you the opening to the door to some of these possibilities. And your job is to go home and check the website, check the newsletters, find out the details so that we don't have to give them all to you here and it gets overwhelming, okay? So, something not in the newsletter. This is just my personal thing for having the stage and a microphone in front of me. Thank you all so much for your kindness over these past few weeks and all your love and chicken soup and turkey soup and tofu soup and things and prayers, all of your prayers for Reverend Gail and myself, that it's been really great. We felt you and we're just really grateful. So today's the first Sunday of the month. It's birthday Sunday, hat day. And this, as you'll notice, if you'll feel the through line in these announcements, because we are kind of a party church. So we're celebrating birthdays today, but in next week, we're celebrating the 16th anniversary, which is another big party, right? And we welcome you We want you to know that the RSVP date was extended to December 9th. You want to make sure that you do that. You check in. There's going to be food. There's going to be fun. There's going to be speakers. There's going to be surprises. And so you just want to be a part of that. And then Reverend Martha Quintana will be here, and a lot of people that haven't been here for a long time. So they'll be joining in and in part of the celebration. And then, in order to do the celebration, we also need to have cleanup. And this is where all of the volunteers are so important, but our blessed congregant Peter has stepped up to head up this cleanup crew, so to speak, and get the chairs cleaned up and everything in order. And so if you're interested in that, you can see Peter. Peter, wave your hand. There he is, right there. You can see Peter to help out. And even if you just have an idea or you want to be here to hold vigil or ask them if they need water or do whatever, there's a place for you. So just make sure you jump in with that. And there's so many volunteers, but the volunteer of the month I'm going to mention first, Miss Anjali Herrera. And for those of you who may not know Anjali, that's right, there's silent clapping going on. Anjali is like a silent angel that floats around this place. She's generally back with Miguelito and with kids, but when we're not here, she's here. She's here cleaning and she's here taking care of things, and we appreciate that so much. So speaking of parties, back to parties. Well, before we go to the parties, thank you to everyone for all that you do, because we know that there's so many people who pitch in and do all these volunteer things, and we just want to thank you for that. And if you want to finalize that and step into that place where you may be acknowledged as such, you can see our coordinator extraordinaire back in the back with the purple, Miss Carol. So you can, Carol Ann, you can talk to her. So back to parties. Today is our annual meeting. What a party. You don't want to miss it. You want to hear what's going on here and be part of it. Yes, and so many things will be brought up. And my partner is telling me things that he thinks I don't have on my paper. So anyone who cares about the future of RGCSL and wants to know what's happening, please join us either here or online. You'll want to go get food in the sanctuary and then come in here and be part of the meeting, which will start at about 12:30. Am I missing something else? I'm just checking. All right. So, there's, as I said, there's so many things. There's a calendar in the back of the sanctuary that you can pick up that tells us what's going on throughout January. And back to parties. If you really want to be part of the party, then you want to come join us tomorrow night for the choir that's going to be singing on Christmas Eve. So you want to come sing with us. And you can talk to Susan Clark about that in the floppy hat. And even if you don't think you're a singer, just come pretend. It's okay. We welcome you, and it's going to be fun. Also, Solid Grounds this week, we have an all-girl band called the Westerners, with hers at the end. And it's an all-female band, and it's classic country and all kinds of different things with some humor involved. So you want to be here for that. And then our center is hosting the Millions Unite for Global Peace. And this is on December 21st, which is a Sunday. It's going to start at 7:30 in the morning. Our doors will open at 7:30 in the morning, meditations at 8. And we'll be connecting with millions of people, 8.5 millions of people in the world, and 180 countries in peace meditation with Guru Dev. So that will be an experience. And we're co-sponsoring that. So please share that with your friends. And that will also be online, but be here because it's the party. Yeah, bring coffee and donuts. No, and so, okay. And the choir will be singing at our Christmas Eve celebration, which will be with Unity and Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. So it's our way of reaching out in the community and connecting and being one and celebrating together. So, and that will be held at Unity on December 24th at 6 p.m. So, if you want to move into the new year really ready to party, then you want to declutter your house and you want to get rid of stuff and you want to bring it here so that our beloved Crystal will put it all together and we'll sell it, we'll donate it, we'll do what we do and make magic happen. Today, I believe as a healer, we have Kim Peabody with us and she'll be available in the back. And then the party. Let me just say, this is the party, the bookstore. Oh my goodness. Is there anyone in here who hasn't been to the bookstore? Perfect. So what I'm going to ask you to do though, is today, instead of going out that door, go through the bookstore with new eyes and just look around because there's so much new stuff in there. And our beloved Gilbert puts his heart and soul into this and the bookstore staff. And there's Christmas gifts you can purchase. There's candles that people have made. There's artwork that our congregants have done. And there's discounts. I think you just have to say the password is hello. And Gilbert gives a discount, whether it's your birthday month or the Christmas month, there's discounts. So there's so much to do. So we just invite you to go through there. And there's people that are donating their wares and donating to the center from their profits. So just go through with new eyes and see what you may see or what calls out to you for something today. And now it's my privilege to bring up, back by the Christmas tree, Maynard.
Good morning, everyone. How are we today? I'll move it up. Whoop. Hello? Yeah. I have some important news about our Giving Tree project. First, we only have 1 week remaining to make gift tags for 42 elementary and high school students. If you hadn't had the chance yet, please stop by after service and grab a tag. Every tag you pick makes a child's holiday brighter. When you bring your gifts back, please make sure to attach the gift tag to the package. This helps us keep everything organized and make sure that each student gets exactly what they ask for. We don't want a student who wants a jacket to get like a book. That'll be a little weird. We ask that all gifts be returned by next Saturday, December 14th, wrapped or unwrapped, whichever is easier for you. On that same day, we will also take up a special collection for the Giving Tree. Finally, we need your help on Saturday, December 20th. We will have a gift wrapping and delivery party that morning from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., pretty late. And we'd love for you guys to come. We provide everything you need to wrap the gifts. If you want to help, there's a sign-up sheet in the back today and next Sunday. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you all. My name is Marilyn Kirk. I'm the other Marilyn. We have two of us. So she's over there smiling at me. This is good. But it's my opportunity now for us to be in prayer together to start our service. I believe in the power and presence of Spirit. That presence is with every person here. I claim perfect health and well-being for each one. And I choose to focus on what is pure, lovely, noble, and admirable. I bless each person here, online, or listening later. Blessing our minister, our speaker, practitioners, licensed unity teachers, our board, and for every single individual who crosses over the threshold of our doors. I know only abundance for every person, focusing on whatever desired outcomes that you have. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity together to be joined in spirit, in love, in celebration, in partying, and in all that we do together. I just know that this is the opportunity for us to share that love with each other. I believe that each personal problem or prayer request is answered to perfection. I'm grateful for it all. And I release these words knowing it is a done deal, that God's got it. The heavy lifting is not for us to do. Ours is to surrender and release. And with so much gratitude, we say together, and so it is. And now it's up to Susan and Kent.
Thank you, Marilyn. Good morning. I would like for you to stand in a calm, peaceful way. Yeah. Little intro. We're going to do this first stanza twice, just so you know. I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender. Same thing. I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender, I allow, I surrender. Follow me a little different. I receive, I let go, I release, I know, I receive, I let go, I release, I know, love. All these parts work together if you're brave. So you can just pick whichever one was your favorite. So we have I allow, I surrender. We have this. I receive, I let go. And we have this. Love, joy, I know. Okay, so whichever one resonates with you, we want you to do it right now. Here we go. I allow, I surrender, I Louder.
I surrender.
Oh,
I allow.
I receive. I let
surrender.
go. I release. There are no mistakes.
I surrender.
You can sing whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. Let me demonstrate. I want peace from all the land. I want joy right here in my hand. Love, joy,
Surrender.
peace.
I surrender.
I allow, I surrender. I allow, I surrender. Thanks.
Thank you all. Thank you, Susan and Kent, and thank all of you. Thank everybody for being here, for showing up online, just for being you. So we like to start off and just hit on what some basics are of New Thought, why we're here, what we're about. Basically, we believe that there is one God, many ways to get there, many different names. We know that our thoughts are creative. That's kind of important because we actually have a lot of power that we don't realize. We also know that there is only love. God is love, Spirit is love, life is love. That's what it is. And finally, we've all been created whole, perfect, and complete. So we just take that in and hold that. Thank you. Now, it is Special Hat Day. It's my Spamalot hat. And it seems appropriate because I have been home the better part of a month. And 2 weeks ago, I was officially diagnosed with pneumonia. And I'm still here. See that? Yeah. No, can't keep me down. There's been a lot of Robitussin going down, but... So I am Gil. I am the spiritual director here. I've missed everyone. I'm so glad to be back. Yes, yes. And excited for all that's happening and all those who have been continuing to make sure that it does. So we'd like to welcome anyone who's with us for the first time or second time. If there's anyone here that's brave enough to raise their hand if they're here for the first or second time. Yep, we got a couple. Okay, great. If you'd like to, you may stand for this portion. You don't have to. But what we're going to do is we're going to say a blessing and send it your way, okay? So receive this from us. At home, same thing. Rub our hands together and send the energy out. We see you. We know who you really are. You are that perfect emanation of Spirit. We love you. We appreciate you. And we welcome you home. Thank you so much.
I have a reading today that is taken from a book from Colette Lafia, and the book is called Seeking Surrender, which is part of the theme you may figure out today if you haven't already. And so this is what she writes in her book. And this was about how my friendship with the Trappist monk taught me to trust and embrace life. In the deep waters of uncertainty, I hear Brother René's words, "Do not give up hope." What could this possibly mean for me, a woman in her 40s, living without the children she had desired to birth, without her beloved sister? without the security of a steady income, and who at the end of a long day cannot even count on a good night's sleep. I need to feel hope in my body. Well, swimming has become one of my ways of hoping. When I'm immersed in the water, I no longer feel separate from what surrounds me, and in this union, I reconnect with my spirit. As I steadily move up and down the narrow lanes, I modulate my breath, surrendering to the rhythm of my strokes. When swimming, I'm always in the divine presence. I flow within the water, letting go into what holds me. Here, I find freedom and release. I swim like I pray, by connecting the body and the breath. It is a holy experience for me, and I talk about this with my spiritual director. We sit in her cozy office, and we talk about the sacred dimension of my everyday life, which includes my commitment to swimming and the feeling of hope when I'm moving with ease in the water. On one of my visits, my spiritual director pulls a silver frame off of her bookshelf and shows me a black and white photograph of an Olympic diver in midair in the graceful arc of a back dive. His arms are raised like open wings as he eloquently drops back into the water. "That is surrender," I exclaim, staring at the picture. I imagine letting go with a high diver's sense of confidence and release, boldly springing off the diving board with complete faith. And she offers this as a spiritual practice. Give voice to your desire of something to let go of. In your journal, write this sentence: I want to let go of. And you may have a specific situation, a feeling, or a recurring thought that's calling to be released. Be willing to express the depth and range of your feelings, and trust that listening to your inner voice is a sacred and holy process, creating the receptive ground for surrender. Please join with me for a few minutes of silent contemplation. I want to let go of.
Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. All I know, it's going to be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something that's gone. that'll never return. I think I finally learned. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different. Thing to do. All I know, it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star. That'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything that's true. I am ready for my next thing to do. All I know, it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I've survived many times before, through broken hearts and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything different, everything new, everything as long as it's true. 'Cause I am ready for my next thing to do. And all I have to know is that it's gonna be everything new. Bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. All I know is gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Thank you. Thank you, Kent.
So this morning, we have the privilege of hearing someone you probably don't know. Okay, maybe you people into my office, and he wanted to share about himself, and he wanted to offer to help. And he's now currently the vice president of your board, and he is a experienced and loving healer, and I've had the opportunity to share classes with him recently, and I'm just grateful to have him. So you know him, you love him, Brian Kurtz.
Thank you. So I'm going to put this in here because you know I like to talk with my hands. So today's theme, surrender to newness. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, you know, I've had an incredible last 30 days, just for the record. I got a new part-time job that's going to cover my rent. Pretty amazing. Then I was gifted a new printer. The day after my old printer stopped receiving Wi-Fi, it's already been replaced once. Love my Epson tank printer, but you know, when you call up for service and it says, for Wi-Fi, so the day after that printer died, I was gifted a new printer, which is like, okay, thank you, God. And in the middle of all the stuff, you know, I print for myself and for the center, you know, I mean, there's a lot. So I was grateful for that. Then my computer started to die, like dying in the middle of Zoom calls. I talked to my tech guy who said, oh yeah, you're probably just using up more resources than your ancient computer can have, so you need a new computer. Well, I don't have money for a new computer. So I shared that with my big sister in the congregation, and she said, well, I got an old computer, you want it? It's like, well, yeah, how much? So, hey, we can work it off. It's like, okay, great. So I got a new computer and a new printer and this new job. So I'm like walking around feeling I am walking in the flow and abundance and everything is great. Then came the invitation to give this talk. It's like, okay, so am I going to be able to talk about stuff that I've talked about with other congregations? Well, actually, we think it'd be better if you went ahead and read from the CSL Global Themes list. So, okay, so I looked at that and I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be good. It's new. It's not something I've spent a lot of time just giving talks on and preparing. I'll surrender to that newness. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Well, then I read the one-sentence affirmation accompanying the talk, which is, I willingly release the old and surrender into newness. I willingly release the old and surrender into newness. So great. So I'm thinking, what's going to come up around that one? I mean, I can talk conceptually about pretty much anything, but I'd much prefer to bring something practical, applicable. I'd rather not inform, I'd rather inspire, and get people moving and get people into it. And I'm thinking, okay, I can search around and figure out what was going to come, and I'll be blessed with the knowledge. So I was so blessed this last week. I was working on welcoming the newness part, but hadn't considered what it really meant to surrender into the newness part. I learned to willingly surrender into the newness. So the next thing I knew, life provided me with so many opportunities to share what I'm going to share with you today. It was not a fun week. So many things went so very wrong. And yet here I am, having learned the lessons from all of this and so much of what's unfolded over the last week or so. So last week started off beautifully because, I mentioned this friend gave me a new computer to, we trading in to work to have it. And my old ancient Dell was dying in Zoom calls, and it was just a hassle. So we worked that out. Well, this new computer, by the way, it's a laptop. It's got this huge screen. My 60-something-year-old eyes just love it. It's fast, it's easy, except it's a new operating system that I've never seen before. So I couldn't find anything. But man, I am stoked. I am so stoked to have this. Tuesday night was my workshop. How many of you have done workshops with me before? Okay, so a few people. So it's like what I live for, right? Almost 3,000 people in 6 countries have done my workshop. And I've got various versions for singles and couples and families and businesses and just all these different things. It's the same basic workshop, but I love delivering the workshop. Well, Tuesday night comes and I'm setting up and I got my new computer right here. We got 8 people in a big circle here in the back, and I'm getting ready to do a hybrid workshop. And it's really cool because I don't know how many of you know Sue. Sue's relatively new here. Anyway, her son was going to be doing the workshop remotely. And I'm like, all right, this is great. I tested out my computer for Zoom. I downloaded Zoom onto the new computer. I've got it all ready. I checked the camera. The camera's great. I checked the sound and the mic. It's all great. But what I didn't know that I didn't know, you know those things that you don't even know you don't know until it happens? What I didn't know that I didn't know is that this computer was set to just turn off like every 30 seconds. So I'm ready to start the workshop, and I go to my computer, and it just shuts down. Well, instead of being upset that my workshop was suddenly like, I've got someone out on the other end, and he happens to be the son of the woman who's in the workshop. So it means a lot to her that he gets to do the workshop, and it means a lot to me because it means a lot to her. Because, it always hurts exactly as much as you care. I cared a lot, so it hurt a lot that I couldn't do this, but there was nothing that I knew to do. Because every time I was ready, I'm turning around and the thing shut off. So I just closed the computer. It's like, okay, whatever, you know. And I'm looking at Sue, who's like not happy that her son, who I'm sure I don't know if she talked to him, it meant a lot to her. Well, didn't happen. So I offered to just deliver the workshop to him anytime he wanted for nothing, and we're gonna work all that out. Anyway, the newness of the computer, which I love. It's this brand new, wonderful computer. Well, new for me anyway. But I had to surrender into the newness of that. And the workshop turned out great, by the way. I feel like, when the workshop goes well, there's some tears shed, lives get changed, people learn a lot about how to connect and how to not just connect with each other, but how to connect to spirit in the moment. It's a really powerful workshop. Well, then came Wednesday. And I turned my computer on and realized, I really don't know how to operate this computer. Oh, and how do I check email? Oh, the email thing is on my other computer. How do I move that over to this computer? And then I realized I didn't remember the password for the old email program. So I called them, and they gave me instructions which were really simple, except that I didn't understand them because they're speaking computerese, and I'm not a tech guy. So I tried transferring my email program to the new computer, changed the password, and then I couldn't access my email from either computer or my phone. Okay? And I get about 300 emails a day, most of which are spam, but I still need to filter through all of that stuff. So I'm having a rough time. So I figure, I know what I'll do. I'll call Microsoft, because I realized in this new computer, it had a Windows 11 operating system. I had 10 Pro, but it also had Office on it. But when I try to use Office, it's saying, wait a minute, we don't know who you are. So I had to call Microsoft. So I called I call Microsoft because, hey, I got their number in my phone. I dial Microsoft, 1866, whatever. This number's been disconnected. So then I got online. And, you search, how do I reach Microsoft? And what usually happens now in today's world is you get a list of Google responses to your question. None of which is what I wanted. I'm looking for the number for Microsoft. I'm paying them $10 a month as part of my business programs. Like I have a Microsoft for Business program. And so I'm entering the Microsoft email address, which I never use. It's about this long. That's in print this size, just for the record. It's this long. And so I'm trying to get on with Microsoft. For 45 minutes, I'm fighting their robot. Finally, I get a human being by cheating and saying I want sales, because they'll always get you a human being when it comes to sales, right? So I get on, and the guy talks to me for about 5 minutes and realizes I'm not really wanting sales, I'm really looking for tech support. He says, oh, you want tech support? Okay, can you give me that number? No, we're not allowed to give out the number, but I'll transfer you. I know why they're not allowed to give out the number. So they transfer me, and then I get a person who spends 45 minutes with me. At this point, I'm over an hour into the whole thing. And after 45 minutes, this person whose English I can barely understand because they're from somewhere else. Right. And I mean, I'm pretty good with accents, okay? I grew up in Cajun country. I can understand pretty much anybody. So I'm listening to this person, and after 45 minutes, we realize that I'm not talking to the business customer service person. I'm talking to the individual's customer service person. So I go ahead, and he transfers me, and I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And you know that the hold music? It's like a 15-minute piece of music. I had memorized that 15-piece of music after however long it took. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm reaching my limit, right? I'm reaching my limit. I am surrendering into the newness of this experience. Willingly, not yet. I'm not yet willingly surrendering, but it feels more like, shoot me, we've lost the war, I'm surrendering, right? And then the person transfers me to the person who is working with Microsoft Business Support. So we talked for a little while, and this really sweet lady, I understood every word she's saying, and I'm doing all the stuff she's telling me to do. And she says, now go to your phone and pull up the number that shows up on your Microsoft Authenticator app, which I've never used, but I've got it on my phone because I knew I would need it at some point. So I pull it up, and it doesn't generate a number. She said, well, you need the number. I said, it's not generating a number. How do I get it to generate a number? So we go through the whole thing again, and it still doesn't generate a number. Then we go through the whole thing again, and it still doesn't generate a number. And I said, look, I'm paying you $10 a month, $15 a month for my Microsoft Office suite. Can't you just check my email address and I'll give you my social, whatever you need? I got the credit card that I'm using to pay for it. Nope, sorry, we need to go through the authenticator. I said, well, what do I do? She said, I'll tell you what, we'll write up a case ticket, we'll give you a case number, and then when you can get this case ticket taken care of and get your authenticator working, then you can log into your Microsoft program. Well, now, this 4.5 hours later, and my day's gone, okay? I'm waiting to receive an email that I find out after looking through the Google searches online is going to take about 3 days for me to get the email. I can't use my computer, so I call my computer genius son, who then says, oh, no, Dad, just download some open source stuff. It's like, what? He said, yeah, there's this thing called LibreOffice. It's open source. You just download it, and it'll use all of your Microsoft programs, and it'll read everything, and you can send stuff with it. It's like, come on, really? He says, no, really, it'll work. I said, it'll work for you. You're the guy working on your dual masters in computer science and electrical engineering. I don't know anything about any of this stuff. I don't know what to do. He said, no, Dad, it'll be okay. Okay, good. So I start working with it, and it's working. And I find I can do all of this stuff. But it's like before I start, I remembered that before I started this whole fiasco of customer service stuff, my thoughts go back to every time I've gotten on with tech support. It's a hassle. I get a robot that doesn't understand. I get to talk to people who don't speak English as well as I do. The whole thing was a disaster. But then I remembered, oh, those were my thoughts creating this scenario. And then we go back to this stuff that I teach. Okay? I teach this. If you've heard me speak before, you always hear, this is your brain moving 1,000 miles an hour, but you're not your brain, you're the noticer of it. And if you're waiting for your brain to sit still, forget it, that'll never happen. But if you want to get to stillness and access the real you, which is the title of my book, if the real you is being the noticer of your brain moving all over the place, that's actually the place to be, not here. But I have to remember that this is just my brain and I'm not my brain, I'm the noticer of it. But the problem was my brain had been going crazy for about 3 days, and it had been generating chemicals that were hitting my body, and my body's freaking out, and then my brain's freaking out because my body's freaking out, and my body's freaking out because my brain's freaking out, and I'm in a loop. And I am locked into that loop. And then I remembered, oh, this is just a loop. It took about 4 days for me to get there, but I finally got there and remembered that I am not my body, I'm the noticer of it. I'm not my brain, I'm the noticer of it. I'm not my life circumstances, I'm the noticer of that. And when I'm in the noticer place, I'm in stillness. Because where's God? Everywhere. So if God's everywhere, where does God have to go? Nowhere, because God's already everywhere. Therefore, God is operating in stillness. So when I got to stillness by noticing what was not still, got to the stillness in the real you, I was able to notice that I was noticing that I was going crazy. And then I was able to chill. But that was not, and right at the moment that I was in my worst of the freak out, Karen, my sweetheart, thank you for being here online. Karen calls. This is my sweetheart. All I have to do is see her smile at me and I feel better. Until then, until that moment when I was still in the middle of all of that stuff, and I barked at her. I mean, it was like, ugh! And she's like, okay, I'm going to hang up now, which immediately brought up my abandonment issue stuff that I carry around. So I called her right back and said, look, I'm really sorry. She said, you don't get to yell at me. I said, no, I wasn't yelling at you. I was just yelling. You only get to yell when you're on the phone with me. Oh, okay, I got it. So, but I was so fried. I was just so fried. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, I willingly release the old and surrender into newness. And I remembered, I got a new printer. I got a new laptop that I'm still learning how to use, but I got it. I don't even know what's going to happen with Microsoft, but I've got a fix with the new software. This felt like the worst of the worst until I remembered, oh yeah, like when my son went through 5 years of hell and I had to be with him and help him through his stuff. Now he's making straight A's, got selected Phi Beta Kappa. He's kicking butt. But I remembered how much we went through together. I remember the 5 Mohs procedures I had to cut off various pieces of my body from skin cancer. I remembered about a month ago I had a cyst removed from the middle of my back with a scar that's going to end up being about this long with 8 or 9 stitches. And that wasn't very fun for about a month. But, oh, and by the way, that thing in my back, it's just above that. I can't even reach it. So it itches a lot right now, okay? So anyway, here I am, having dealt with all of this stuff this week. And I remembered surrendering, not giving up my preferences, and remembering that God is in all of it. And I am literally made of God stuff. I am a spirit in a body, and that spirit is God. Everything is God, and it's all love. And it's all either love or a call for love. Boy, was I a call for love today. All week I was a call for love. Now I'm back to being love instead of being a call for love. And then I remembered that it's never about what happens. It's always about who we're being about what happens that makes the difference. I remembered that 5th step in the spiritual mind treatment, the 5th part of that prayer, is release. It's like, this is who God is, this is who I am in God, this is what I'm seeking, this is what I'm asking and intending. Thank you and being grateful, and then releasing. Because if I'm not releasing, I'm not really holding space. You know the term holding space? What holding space is really saying is God lives in the empty spaces, right? So if God's living in the empty spaces, holding space means there's this big space where God is, and I'm keeping me and my preferences out of that space. Otherwise, I'm polluting the space, and I'm not allowing God to do whatever needs to happen in the space. So I remembered, after about 4 days, to look into the space, because if only God is in there, then everything that's happening is what God needs to happen to teach me what I need to learn. I'm supposed to willingly release the old and surrender into newness. So there was almost more newness than I could handle this week. But I also learned in that forgiveness that in the release, forgiveness is release. Forgiveness is releasing whatever's there that we need to release. Forgiveness is letting go of the conditions that prevent us from otherwise being willing and able to forgive. But forgiveness really is release. But it's tough to release when these are all the brain-generated conditions that your brain is generating 24/7, 365 that might otherwise prevent the release. But release is just letting it go. Even with all of this stuff. And releasing and releasing and releasing and releasing and releasing, Jesus said 70 times 7. Doesn't mean you can release 490 times and then go kick somebody's butt. It means just keep releasing, keep forgiving. Willingly was not exactly fun for me this week. But it's not about fun. It's about being faithful and trusting that God's got my back, that I am a spirit and a body in a flow that I can't begin to fully understand, in an eternal time frame, and this is like one micro spot of eternity in the middle of all of it. And holding space got a whole lot easier. Chilling out got a whole lot easier. Relaxing into it, in the middle of still having all the adrenaline in my body, also happened. I ended up singing at the top of my lungs Friday night after Solid Grounds. Solid Grounds, by the way, was great. Did you guys, anybody make it to Solid Grounds? Solid Grounds rocked Friday night. Phenomenal harmonies. The ABQ Skeleton Crew, phenomenal harmonies. They probably played 25 different instruments between the 6 of them. It was unbelievable. The whole thing was really, really wonderful. But I got to notice that when I was not in the middle of my stuff about all of it, I could be present. When I was not in the middle of my stuff, I could hear what people had to say without filtering through, what do you want? And I realized that this brain chatter that hits my body that then creates this filter that prevents me from being clear and present with people had really been in the way. And there were a lot of apologies. Thank God for Jennifer Wilmer, who was in the workshop, who said, oh, you can't find this command in the new structure? In this new thing, you can seek that out. You can search for the command, and it'll bring it up for you. It's like, wow. And, oh, and there's this other feature that if you don't want to bring Skype up anymore and you got to deal with Skype coming up in your face, you can actually uninstall it in the new version of the software. It's like, wow, I'm loving this new computer. So then I'm ready to type up this talk that I'm doing today. And my mouse, because this thing's got a big square pad instead of little buttons at the bottom, and I couldn't get them to work right. So I'm using a little wireless mouse that I've had for 25 years. In the middle of typing this thing up, the wireless mouse died. It's like, okay, but by then it was pretty easy. I just figured out how much pressure to put on the mouse pad, and it all worked out. But when things are going our way, it's easy. When they're not, who are we going to be about it? Not what are we going to do, who are we going to be? Because the doingness is taken care of by the beingness. And knowing that it's all a blessing, knowing that it's all teaching material. No, really. Even in that, it's like, instead of, why does this have to happen to me? I can go, what am I to learn from this? And when it's easy to do that. Oh, well, you just need to say, yeah, but when it's me, it's like, you know. Anyway, the whole point of the thing this whole week has been, who are you going to be about it? Know your blessings. Count your blessings. Be grateful for your blessings. And know that we're all here to just be who each of us is here to be, regardless of what's going on. And then it all sort of flows. Maybe not quite the way we want, but as needed. And that's about it. Thank you. So, prayer. Thank you. So, prayer today. Everybody take a couple of deep breaths. And then a couple more if that didn't work. Sweet Spirit in us and all around us. Spirit that empowers us and gives us our being. Spirit that we always have infinite access to, whether we're in the awareness of that or not. Help us to be in the awareness of Spirit's presence in us and all around us. Help us to remember that no matter what might be going on, what we might be thinking, what we might be feeling in our bodies, it's all God. It's all Spirit flowing in us, through us, as us, for the world around us as we learn what we're here to learn. Spirit, help us to learn what we need to learn and keep giving us the lessons until we've really got it, no matter how challenging that may be, so that we can, over time, learn to willingly release the old and surrender, not powerlessly, but willingly surrender and allow that which needs to come into our life to teach us, to help us be all we're here to be. Let us all be thankful for the opportunity that life gives us every day to wake up, to live, to experience, to learn, to go to sleep, and hopefully do it again the next day. And with that, having no clue as to how all that's actually supposed to unfold every day, I release this into the universe so that we can all benefit and win. And let's lock this in by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
All to Spirit I surrender. All to Thee I freely give. I will ever love and trust You in Your presence daily live. All to Spirit I surrender. Humbly at Your feet I bow. Worldly pleasures are all forsaken. Take me, Spirit, take me now. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my higher power. I surrender all to Spirit. I surrender. All that's good is wholly mine. In Your presence, in this oneness, through You I am power divine. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my highest power. You know I surrender all. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender it all to You. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my higher power. I surrender Thank you. Yeah, I was just surrendering those notes. I was willingly surrendering those notes that really they shouldn't have been there, but yet they were. Yet they were.
Well, we have this is a special day. We've got a lot going on. And what I get to do now is honor some of our most recent persons who have decided to commit to full membership and partnership with our spiritual family. And so we are truly excited that they've chosen the path of spiritual growth, love, and service as a part of this community. So let's open our hearts and celebrate their commitment to the sacred journey. Is Nina Joy here? I didn't see her. Is Dr. Michelle Coleman here? I saw her. Come on up. Join us on the platform. All right. Is Karen Ford online? Here's yours. Pretend you're on this platform. Okay. David Kaminsky's here? No? He's in Pump. Oh my gosh. Can you believe it? What? I don't know if that's commitment or not. I don't know. Susan Keelan's here, though. Would you like to come up with us? I won't embarrass you too much. Okay, I promise. Kate McClure. Okay, I didn't see her either. Kent, I have you on this list. Yes. Come on up. She's joining us from afar. And yes, Karen, that's true. Let me, here you go. Okay. And Sherry Ward. Okay. Wow. So, we have a little group with us in physical. Some are with us in other places. So, I'd just like to just share a couple things with you and in front of the congregation. First of all, why would you want to commit to this journey of spiritual growth, love, and service? Well, Ernest Holmes reminds us that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. Okay. I believe that you're great, that there's something magnificent about you. Regardless of what happened to you in your life, regardless of how young or old you think you might be, the moment you begin to think properly, there's something that is within you. There's power within you that's greater than the world. It will guide, it will begin to emerge. It will take over your life. It will feed you. It will clothe you. It will guide you. It will protect you, direct you, sustain your very existence if you let it. Now that is what I know for sure. So, since you have declared your choice to walk in this journey, I would like to, we have introduced, we have the illustrious Sheridan Ward and Kent Pitzenbarger and Susan Keelan and Dr. Michelle and Karen Ford and Karen Seavey and a couple others that may or may not be online, and if you are, blessings. And so as you are here, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. And the response to these questions is, I do. Now, we're not getting married, but that is the response to the questions. Do you recognize the divine presence within yourself and all life? I do. Do you commit to your personal spiritual growth and expansion as you live the principles of New Thought and Science of Mind? Do you choose to support this community with your time, talent, and treasure as you are guided? I do. And do you accept the love, support, and fellowship of this spiritual family? So, for the rest of us here, do you welcome, again, your line is we do. Okay. Do you welcome these new members into our spiritual family, and do you commit to supporting them with love, encouragement, and shared spiritual growth? We do. So, let us bless our new members together. So here it is. You're going to say the line after me. We see the light in you. We honor your journey. We welcome you with open hearts and open arms. Together we are growing in love, wisdom, and spirit. And so we are just grateful for each one of you, each one of everyone who participates in this community, and we trust that it brings us all along on our journey. Thank you so much. Welcome. Yeah, you can give them there. You can give the ones here.
All right, now you turn them upside down. So here's
Susan
Susan.
Keelan. All right.
And let's see, Miss Crystal.
No, I didn't.
And
Sheridan. Okay, one more. There it is. Okay. So officially, we have us. Oh, this isn't Susan. You're Susan. Susan Keelan's I have in my hand, and it is a certificate that just certifies being a member. And there's a letter attached to the back welcoming you. And so, thank you. So good to have you. And Sheridan, there is yours. Blessings. We love you. I love having you. What happened? Did I give you two?
under your arm.
Oh, that's why I can't find it. Kent. Blessings, my friend. Thank you for being part of this. Oh, there we go. Dr. Michelle, thank you so much. All right. We love you. Thank you all so much. Blessings. Blessings. And I give my thanks to Chris, who helped organize who the heck members are and how we were going to do this, and Marilyn, who also worked on that, and who, created this process, helped create what we did just now, and made sure that we had certificates. So thank you. I was thinking as Brian was talking that another way to surrender is to have pneumonia. I don't know how willingly, but I just had to surrender. Yeah. Oh, thanks. That's my work wife. All right. So I'm going to invite us now to think about bringing our gifts forward. That's the opportunity we have just to share in this ministry in that particular way with our treasure. So if you have a gift with you, or if you want to just symbolically place your hand on your heart, let's say this together. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars. And so I give and receive generously. And so it is. So we invite you, if you're here, if you'd like to bring gifts forward to the baskets, or if you'd like to utilize any of the online options, whether you're here at home. And we thank you all for all that you do. Thank you.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So we receive these blessings knowing that they go forth and serve the community through Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, and that we continue to focus on what is for us. We continue to surrender willingly into the unknown and to step forward in confidence. And so I just release this word knowing that it is done and saying, so it is. Okay. Okay, you have nothing to say. I do.
Okay.
So thank you all for being here. We have our community meeting at 12:30, so 45 minutes from now. We'll be back in here. Everybody is invited. We have lots to do. We're going to do our best to keep it at about an hour. But it'll be informative and helpful and all that kind of stuff. And there will be stuff in the other room. Don't forget the giving tree. It's super important and fun. And don't forget that it's birthday Sunday. See, who would do that? Do we have any birthdays in December of persons who are physically with us? Or you could be online, but I can't see you. There's one. There's one. Come on up, one.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, you have to stay here for a second. Okay, so you have to tell everybody who you are and what you're claiming for this year.
I'm claiming that if I didn't have this spiritual community, I don't know where I'd be. I'm really happy. I've been so incredibly supportive. This is the most special place I have ever found in my entire life.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that? Let's claim that for all of us, that we have that special place. All right. So Susan is going to lead us in some music, and then we will have our affirmation. And wait, there's more. Yes, and the prayer garden is over here, staffed with wonderful practitioners who are waiting to pray because they don't like to pray by themselves. So please stop by, give them that opportunity. They'd love to hold you in prayer and just love you up. Okay.
Okay, circle up the wagons. Let's do it. Let's circle here. I like to circle. But if you want to have a contactless experience, just put your hand on your heart, and we will honor that. But if you feel like holding hands, hold hands. It's all up to you. It's all about choices, right? I'm waiting. See how long your arms can reach out. Yeah. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my
affirmation for the week, if you would say it after me, is I willingly release the old and surrender into newness. I willingly release the old and surrender into newness. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be with God as creator. Family, all are we. Yes, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let it begin with me. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. And let it begin with me.